What's up, guys? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the overall market. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $2,000 or more, you're guaranteed 30 in total, not to mention 8.1% APY on invested cash. The offer ends at the end of March, so check it out before they run out. Anyways, let's talk about the market right now. So I just wanted to say that right now we're seeing SPY shuffling near the 590 area. We pumped quite a bit after CPI came out, but the market is showing some signs that's slowing down just a little bit. Now, as far as Tesla goes, I just want to say that we're doing a good job at holding up. However, we haven't broken this resistance yet to really see Tesla squeeze. If you want to see a squeeze, you want to see it break past 425, these highs. A break of structure would give Tesla a lot more upside potential for the 433 gap fill, eventually the 440 resistance after that. We have to break resistance first right over here in order for us to get that. Now, for our support, we're watching this 415 zone to see if Tesla could hold that. If that doesn't hold it, we could get closer to about 410 and eventually 406. So overall, we do look more bullish on Tesla. We're holding up quite nicely, but we haven't broken key resistance to really start pushing. I'll talk more about this in just a few minutes. Just remember that the CPI data was decent. Everything was either below or as expected, despite the slight increase year over year for all items. Despite that, we still saw the market push very nicely, and the market's still holding up at the levels. So for now, we're watching to see how well that ends up happening. And besides that, we just had a couple of Fed speakers. They didn't really say anything too significant that I really saw that was new from what we saw before. And then the Fed beige book is coming out at 2 p.m. Might not cause too much of a move, so just keep that in mind. As far as Tesla goes, there's some news that Tesla's planning on suspending just temporarily some of its production lines for its Model Y electric EVs in China for about 3 weeks, reported by Bloomberg. The stoppage will allow some upgrades to be made to the overall facility to help them continue to expand production in a much more effective manner. They're also doing this to get ready for the new developments for the Model Y, so no surprises right over there. There's some real life pics that came out for the Model Y. As you guys know, that this is going to be available in China and Australia. It's already on the websites. It's just going to be that they may not be available for delivery until like March. So it needs a little bit more time, but still very, very bullish news. But there's been a lot of talk about how in Germany they're going to be producing these as well, at least according to reports. Now, I don't think Tesla's officially confirmed that yet, but I think that most reports are suggesting that that's most likely going to be the case, which means that there's a possibility that the new Model Y refresh, the Juniper, could be launching very soon in Europe. That would be very, very good news if that ends up being the case. So we'll see about that, but I just want to say that's a good piece of news, at least thus far. For other pieces of news, Tesla's getting criticism from mainstream media about their US sales. Now, their sales are down a little bit. So if you look at this chart right over here, you guys can see that their Model Y sales are down 6%, Model 3 are down 17%, the X is down 19%, and the Model S are down 31% in 2024 compared to 2023. Now, am I worried about that? Not necessarily, because I think that if you look at Tesla's overall sales, they did come a little bit short of matching the 2023 sales number overall. But despite that, they did see about almost 39,000 of these Cybertrucks sold, which is really, really good considering how fast that it launched, how quickly it's been. So very, very good stuff, at least for Tesla. And I think this is going to continue to expand. So one thing I want to say is that I know this sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but if you think about it, to some extent, the fact that sales slowed down in 2024 does benefit Tesla because I would say that if anything, it lowers the bar for Tesla so that when we get our 2025 sales, the numbers are going to look even better because we're going to be looking for a lot more growth because it's going to be easier for Tesla to try to like surpass the numbers considering the fact that we did less sales in 2024 compared to 2023. And I think that it gives Tesla a better chance to show even more growth. So I think that could work in Tesla's benefit because 2024 was not the strongest of years. 2025 could show more pragmatic numbers for their growth by 20 to 30%. So I think that they could offset a lot of this because of the Cybertruck sales. That could be a big game changer for them. And let's hope that their overall plans and ventures to essentially expand their production helps them as well. So that's going to be very big, at least for them moving forward. On top of this, when it comes to the Cybertruck, just know that their sales did really well, 39,000. I hope their sales continue to push. I think that Tesla's going to be fine nonetheless. I think that what's going to happen is Tesla should be able to surpass the 2024 numbers. Don't forget, we're in a high interest rate environment. It's not necessarily a surprise. Rates continue to go up for quite a while until the Fed started cutting. But just know that the effects, excuse me, the effects of that are still affecting the U.S. and sales just like that. So, what do I see at least moving forward? As far as Tesla goes, not only do I hope for stronger sales in the future, but I also think that the share price is looking quite good. I just want to see us hold this support right here around this like 415 area, very close to that range. As long as we hold that, Tesla could eventually push for 420 very soon. If we lose 415, we could be at risk of tipping back down towards 410, then 406. So overall, we're doing a good job at holding up. We haven't broken key resistance near 425 to really start pushing to break out to much higher levels. So for now, we just remain a lot more bullish, and I think we're doing a good job at least thus far. For the QQQ, we look a bit more bullish. We're trying to break out right here. I just want to say that we have this resistance at 517. We managed to touch that, but we were not able to crack past that. So we need to break 517 to really start pushing. Otherwise, we're looking at this resistance at 513.8 to 514. If we break that, we could push more. If we can't, we're looking for a dip to about 512. Overall, it may shuffle between its EMAs, but it's still doing a good job at holding up. For the Russell 2000, we pushed very nicely to 226. We were not able to hold above that, so we're looking for the next support very close to about 221.68. We might be dipping to 221 if we can't hold above 224. Just be a little bit careful. For futures, we have ES pushing very nicely to about just under 6,000, so it came just short of my target. Now it's starting to slow down a bit. Look at this previous resistance becoming support at 59.50. If that fails, we're looking for 59.31, and we'll see if we hold those levels or not. For SPX, we pushed very nicely to about 59.33. We're going to be watching to see if we can hold above that. Otherwise, we're looking for 58.96 as our next potential level. Let me just talk about Bitcoin, then I'll talk about the rest of the tickers. Bitcoin got very close to 100,000. I think we could be attempting to test that. We'll see if we break it or not. If we can't, we could be retesting 97,486. So watch those levels just in case. For Nvidia, unfortunately, Nvidia is not looking that strong. We got this big red bar. We dipped a bit, then we tried to bounce a bit. We only went up to 135, not that great of a move. We need to break past 137 to really bounce. If we can't, watch 135 as resistance. If that does not break, we're looking for a move back down to 131. For others out there, we have Aapl. Apple's also looking a little bit more bullish. If we break past 237, we're looking for a push back up to 240. If we can't, we're looking for a move back down to 235. We look a bit more bullish if we could try to break 237. Otherwise, we might be shuffling for quite a bit of time. For the rest of these, we have Coinbase. Coinbase is looking a bit more bullish. We need to try to hold 269. We pushed all the way up to 275 only to slow down. So let's see if we can hold 269. If not, we could be returning to 265. Our resistance is at 275. We have to break that to remain bullish. I'm going to be watching for a test of 269 to see if we hold that or not. For Amazon, we pumped very nicely to about 224, but we're not able to crack past it though. And now we're coming back down. So we have to try to get back above 221.5 at the very least. If we can't, we're looking for 219.85 to be retested. For just a couple more, we have Meta looking a bit more bullish. I would like to see this hold above 615. If we can't, this could be tipping lower towards 610. So I'm looking for 620 as our resistance. I think we might be pushing higher towards that. Overall, we'll be watching. Excuse me. We'll be watching to see if these levels hold. For Microsoft, we have 424 is our main support. So watch to see if that holds. If it doesn't, we could be dipping closer to about 420. So be very careful with Microsoft just to see if support holds or not. And Google needs to hold above 195. As long as that holds, we could be trying to get back up towards 197. With that being said, guys, I thank you all so much for listening. The VIX is looking weak as we had a head and shoulders, and this is once again suggesting there's more upside potential in the markets, but we'll see how well SPY holds at these key levels. Nonetheless, as far as Tesla is going, I think that Tesla remains a lot more bullish. I think we're doing a great job at holding up. However, let's watch this 415 area to see if that holds, and as long as it holds, we could once again try to get back up to 420 very, very soon. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll be back in a couple of hours for another update. Until then, take care and peace out.